Hello and welcome back to my Alaska travel series. We've already talked about Ketchikan. Today we're going to talk about Juneau. Juneau is Alaska's state capital, and it is the only state capital in the United States that is not accessible by road. It can only be accessed by sea or by air. Juneau is also one of the oldest cities in Alaska and is the first city founded after the purchase of Alaska by the United States from Russia. Some popular attractions here include the Mount Roberts Tram, Mendenhall Glacier, the Alaska State Capitol Building, historic South Franklin Street, and the St. Nicholas Russian Orthodox Church. Let's talk about getting to Juneau in a little more depth. Juneau is not accessible by road, but you can get there by sea, via cruise ship, or the Alaska Marine Highway, and if you are taking your car to Juneau, you can do so on the Alaska Marine Highway system. Air travelers will be welcomed to the capital city at Juneau International Airport, which is a quick 12-minute scenic drive from downtown Juneau. Juneau is one of the most popular Alaska cruise destinations, so most visitors will arrive to Juneau on a cruise ship. There are currently 5 docks at the port of Juneau, which can accommodate large cruise vessels. All but one of these is within close walking distance of downtown Juneau. The furthest dock from downtown is called the AJ Dock, and it's about a mile from downtown. There is a shuttle, which runs frequently between downtown and this AJ Dock, and it costs about $5 for a day pass. As the port of Juneau also functions as a hub for fishing and whale watching expeditions, your ship may drop anchor, and you may be required to tender during your visit to Juneau. Despite the abundance of cruise docks, there's been some changes to the travel industry in Juneau recently, and we'll discuss that a little bit briefly here. Juneau has decided to limit the number of cruise ships which may visit the city. Starting in summer of 2024, the number of large vessels that were allowed to visit the city on any given day was limited to 5. Also, in June of 2024, the city reached an agreement to restrict daily cruise passenger arrivals to 16,000 passengers on any given day except Saturday, and 12,000 passengers on Saturday. I believe this is for the health and well-being of the city of Juneau and its residents that actually live there. Because when you think about it, all of these ports that Alaska cruise ships visit don't have a large resident population, but the population of the city may double or triple on a given day when there are multiple cruise ships in town. And it can put quite a burden on the system that's in place in town, and it can make life difficult for the residents of those towns. Let's talk some more about points of interest in Juneau. The Mount Roberts Tram, I know I mentioned, this is the Gold Belt Mount Roberts Tramway. It's an 1,800-foot tram ride to the top of Mount Roberts. At the top, visitors can explore the Sky Bridge and Mountain House complex, complete with gift shop and restaurant. Keen outdoor adventurers may choose to explore the Alpine Loop. It's a very short hike. The price for this one may deter some. It is about $60 for adults and $45 for children to go up and back on the tram, but the views on a clear day are spectacular. And if you're curious, this one is located just across the way from where most of the cruise ships dock, so you can't miss it. The Alaska State Capitol Building. Alaska's capital was completed in 1931, and it began as a territorial and federal building. Although it has no traditional dome, the Capitol has marble columns, a reproduction of the Liberty Bell, and historical photographs and paintings. And it's open to the public for self-guided tours Monday through Friday throughout the year. Historic South Franklin Street is located just a block from the waterfront. It's a refurbished historical district where many buildings date back from the early 1900s and have since been turned into bars, gift shops, and restaurants. Sealaska Heritage Institute is home to the largest collection of Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian art in Alaska. Visitors can explore an authentic clan house, exhibits, and view contemporary Alaska Native art installations. The Alaska State Museum is home to more than 23,000 artifacts, works of fine art and natural history, and Alaska Native arts and culture. Permanent exhibits include the Alaska Native Gallery, Foreign Voyagers exhibit, and the World War II exhibit. The St. Nicholas Russian Orthodox Church was built in 1893. The Onion Dome Church is the oldest original and continuously used church in the Inside Passage. The church houses a small gift shop filled with nesting dolls and other handcrafted items from Russia. Mendenhall Glacier. Mendenhall Glacier is one of the 38 major glaciers that extend from the 1,500 square mile Juneau ice field. Mendenhall is 12 miles long and the face is 1.5 miles wide. The Visitors Center houses glacier exhibits, a large map of the ice field, an observatory with telescopes, and a theater that shows the film Magnificent Mendenhall. Outside the visitor center are viewing platforms for bear and moose, and several hiking trails of various lengths. The Shrine of St. Therese is located 22 miles north of Juneau on an island where you can look for marine life, including humpback whales and sea lions. An accessible trail leads from the parking lot to a caretaker's headquarters, a small stone labyrinth, and out on the spit of land jutting 100 yards into Lynn Canal, a church built out of rounded river rocks. Surrounding the church are statues and gardens. Whether you're religious or not, it's really easy to feel peace and serenity in this place. There are rooms available for rent, as well as a gift shop. There are some trails, but not all of them are accessible for those with mobility concerns. Some popular tours in Juneau include whale watching tours, glacier flight seeing tours, dog sledding on a glacier, fishing, gold panning, hiking, kayaking, and bear watching. You don't need to book a tour through your cruise line or a tour vendor to have a good time in Juneau. If you're interested in visiting Mendenhall Glacier, the Shrine of St. Therese, or anything else that's located outside of town, you might consider renting a car to get around. If you plan to stay in town to explore, Juneau is a highly walkable city, and there are plenty of things to do and see without having to book a tour. Some places to eat. Timberline Restaurant is located at the top of the Mount Roberts Tramway, and it features spectacular views and fresh Alaska seafood. The Sandpiper Cafe is a local favorite spot for breakfast. The Island Pub is located just across the bridge on the island of Douglas, and it has an extensive pizza menu and some local beers on tap. There is a Tracy's King Crab Shack. This is the original location of Tracy's, and here you can dine on Alaskan king crab by the leg, Dungeness and snow crab, scallops, shrimp, their famous king crab bisque, crab cakes, and more. If you're looking for coffee, Juneau is home to Heritage Coffee Roasting Company, which was established in 1974, and they've got 7 retail locations located throughout Juneau. The flagship location is located in downtown Juneau at 130 Front Street and has a cafe. Juneau does have a hopping scene for local beer, wine, and spirits. There's Alaskan Brewing Company. This is the first brewery to open in Juneau after Prohibition. It's a little bit further out of Juneau. This one is one of the larger breweries in Alaska, and you can find Alaskan Brewing Company beers in bars and grocery stores across the state. They might even have Alaskan Brewing Company beers on board your cruise ship. Devil's Club Brewing and Barnaby Brewing Company are both located in downtown Juneau. I believe they're on opposite sides of the same city block. Barnaby Brewing Company is currently for sale, so if you're looking to run a brewery, there's one available in Juneau. Forbidden Peak Brewery is located a little bit further away from Juneau in Auk Bay, but they've got great views from the tasting room and really good food. Amelga Distillery is located in downtown Juneau. This is just a stone's toss away from Devil's Club Brewing, and it's right across the street from the Baranoff Hotel. They specialize in gin, but sometimes they have whiskey too, and they've got really great craft cocktails. There's also the Red Dog Saloon. This is not a local brewery, but it is an old-timey saloon. So it's just steps away from the cruise ship docks, with old school swinging saloon doors, a rich history, and a full bar. And you can get a duck fart shot here. As for shopping, once again, I want you to look for the official Made in Alaska symbol, which indicates that the item has been made in Alaska by a resident artist, craftsperson, or manufacturer. Additionally, the silver hand emblem signifies that the article was handcrafted by an Alaska native. The Alaska Shirt Company is where you can buy all your souvenirs, including shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and so much more. The Alaskan Fudge Company sells fudge and ice cream. Caribou Crossings is where you can find items made by Alaskan artisans. Glacier Smoothie Soaps are made in Juneau, and Hearthside Books is an independent bookstore located just downtown. I'll include a bunch of links in the description box if you're looking for other information about Juneau. I know this is not all encompassing, but I think it might be a good place for you to start if you've never been to Juneau before. If you have any questions or comments, or if you want to leave any helpful tips for other travelers to Juneau, leave all those in a comment, and let's just start the conversation talking about Juneau. I personally love Juneau. I'm looking forward to going back one day. But I think that's all for now. Thanks for being here. You guys will see me in another video really soon. Bye!